Hey there, Aries. Welcome to your reading for the week of February 6th. We're just going to jump right in here, Aries, and we are going to see what is going on in your current general energies. You have the sports card that says collaborate or work with a team to boost your finances. Of course, I think that for the rest of our lives, just based off the astrology, I would be doing whatever you can to work with other people or to at least inspire other people through your actions, just because that's what's being rewarded in the astrology. But I'm kind of getting a couple things here. Number one, this obviously could be a new relationship that's coming into your life. But number two, even more important than that, what's really popping into my head is that I feel like some of you, it's like you need a channel for your energy is what this is saying to me. And so it's like if you're not channeling your energy into something, then you could be feeling like anxious or like you have too much energy or like you have not enough energy as well. It's like sometimes I think people think that they're tired, but they're not actually tired. We're going to take all three of these. Why not? I think sometimes people think that they're tired, but they're actually not tired. They're just not using their energy in a way that they should be using it. So I kind of feel like that's what that sports card is saying. It could literally be a sport, but for others, it could be like a creative project or, something that you want to work on. The lovers, of course, can be love, but the lovers can also just be a new path. It can also just be something that is like your truth, something that you line up with, something that you are in love with, like a hobby. It could be a sport, like I said, or any of that stuff. But I really get this energy of needing to kind of, put your energy into something. You even have the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is also a card of your truth, and we actually see the Sword of Truth right here, right above my finger there on this Lover's card in the, this is the After Tarot. So, I feel that with Pluto going into Aquarius, I've said it to everyone that Pluto in Aquarius is the truth. But it's like your truth. Like, what do you want to spend your day doing? Are you doing enough of that? Are there things that you want to do that you're not doing that you want to do more of? And I would be asking yourself those questions. Again, people say, what does this have to do with anything? And I'm like, well, if you don't do the things that you love, then you're just cheating yourself out of life. And again, when I do the things that I love, that's where I get my best ideas. That's where I get my answers to my problems. That's where I get answers to things that aren't problems. So I always tell people, it's like, when you do things you love, you get out of your head, that's when the answers can come in to anything. So, I really feel you need more of that. You have the Knight of Cups here. Definitely could be a Knight in Shining Armor coming in for you. Could be a water sign. You've had a water sign in the past few readings that I've done for you. There's some sort of distance between you and this person. You have the Empress here. There's definitely attraction. For some of you, I feel like saying either this person doesn't know that you're interested or you don't know that they're interested. That's the direction I was going in. So take it how it resonates. But there's definitely a person who's like coming into your energy field here if you want love. And for all of you, I see a definite increase in abundance for you here, Aries. You've been getting all these readings that definitely represent an increase in abundance and like more income coming in for you. Again, I've had a lot of comments from you, Aries, saying like you said, abundance was coming in, nothing happened. I'm like, well, I left some comment on someone's response to that, and I said, well, you clearly need to do more work. And they said, I am working hard enough. And I was like, well, then you're working on the wrong things, right? There's actually pretty simple. Trust me, I overcomplicate everything. I'm a Pisces, right? I literally live in my head. So I get it, but it's like, I feel if you're not experiencing an increase in your abundance, and you might be working hard. I'm not discounting the amount of work that you're putting into things, but you might not be doing the right work. So we have to pay attention to cause and effect. Like you put energy into something, do you get a result? And you have to keep moving in that direction. So that's what I would say there. With the lovers, you have the money card. So there's clearly money coming in for you. And again, this could be through love. You could definitely be attracting a successful person. But I really feel this is through, again, getting out of your head and channeling your energy into something. Trust me, for like 3.5 years, I was stuck in my life after a big business failure I had. And I did nothing. And it literally wasn't until I started going for walks and started doing things that I enjoyed where I got out of my head. Because, I used to get comments all the time when I would say this and people would say, I can't, I need money, right? And trust me, there was a time in my life where I was always like $800 short in my bank account, like negative $800. It was like always $800, right? And someone always had to bail me out of that $800, right? And so it's like, and trust me, like I was in that zone of thinking, I can't go have fun. I can't go for a walk. I need to be forcing myself to sit here and stew for the next like 24 hours or like 2 weeks or whatever it was, right? But it wasn't until I let go. It wasn't until I surrendered, till I started walking, like I said, until I started doing things that I enjoy. That's where all the answers came in. That's when I started this channel like over 8 years ago now. And, all this other stuff. It was because I got out of my head. So I feel that here. I'm not saying your situation is that, dramatic, but still. With the Knight of Cups, you have this constancy card. I feel like you want a person who is a constant in your life. So if you're looking to attract love, I feel like you want someone who's not, like I don't mean predictable in a bad way here, Aries. I mean just someone who is constant. They have a certain stability to them, and that's what I feel like you're looking for here. And I do feel like you could be attracting someone who is looking for something long-term if you want love. With the Empress here, you have this room card. So I feel for some of you, this has to do with your environment. The Empress, you have the World here, you have the Chariot as well, and the Seven of Pentacles can all represent a change in your environment. I've been saying to everyone all year that really, I literally did last year, I did those environment readings because I feel like changing your environment could lead to a lot of success. There are a lot of things you can do. I always use the example, like when I come in here, I hit one button right here, turns everything on, all my cameras, all my lights, everything. And I don't have to like touch a bunch of things, right? And you might think like, oh, that's not that big of a deal. But again, it's like a lot of resistance to turn on, 3 cameras, 3 lights, 4 lights really, computer and like all this other stuff, right? So it would be a lot of resistance. So I fixed my environment by turning it into one button basically that I hit. And it's like there are little things that you can do that will make your life easier. With the Lovers and the Money card, you have the Two of Swords. Yeah, like everybody else. I mean, like, look at this. 2 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, Chariot, the World. Like literally a big change. Needing to go through a birthing process. Having a choice. With the Lovers, you're clearly at a crossroads. Chariot being at a crossroads as well. Chariot, the 2 Sphinxes are facing in opposite directions. It kind of represents that you're like trying to set yourself apart in the world with the Chariot to the World card. Those 2 Sphinxes facing in opposite directions kind of says like you kind of have a choice, but it's also kind of says that the universe is in control. So it's like you're being led down this path, but you do have a choice on what direction you go in. With the Constancy card and the Knight of Cups, you have the Emperor. You have the Emperor and the Empress, right? Yep. So Emperor, Empress definitely could be attracting a divine counterpart into your life. With the Empress and the Room card, you have the 6 of Swords, changing your environment. We see this right here. Some of you could be moving, going in this direction to the Chariot. You could be just changing things up in your environment. Again, any changes you could make, I feel, would probably lead to more success or more abundance, whatever you want to call it. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this card that says, it's okay to be different. Don't try so hard to fit in. Chariot. Chariot, the whole point of the Chariot is that he is moving away from the city behind him because everyone is the same and everything is the same. He is trying to set himself apart. He's trying to make himself unique. And so a lot of you, again, I feel like doing things that make you more unique, that's going to make you very successful. Do I need to say anything? Jupiter in your first house. You have Saturn in your 12th. In 2026, Saturn will be in your first house. So, it's like one of those things where that is definitely an energy of making yourself unique. And people always say, Chris, that's not until 2026. I'm like, yes, but guess what? The beauty of astrology is that you know what is coming. So you can work on it now so you can get there now. You don't have to wait until 2026. And then if you do this work now, you get like a million times the benefits in 2026 when Saturn moves into your first because you already did the work. So it's like, do the work, is what I'm saying here. And I feel it'll be worth it. You have the 2 of Pentacles, the 8 of Swords, and the 7 of Cups, feeling a little bit stuck. It's like you want to make changes, you want to do things in a different way, but not sure what to do. Again, there really is no good answer right now. I keep telling everybody that we really just have to try a bunch of different things. Like in business, for example, if you're not sure the direction you going in, try a couple things, see what works, see what doesn't, move in the direction of what works. And again, even at that, like what the things that work for us, like let's say I were to try a different type of video on this channel. It's like maybe the first thing I try doesn't work, but it kind of works, maybe it kind of looks like it's going the right direction. Then I need to iterate on that and try something kind of similar, but a little bit different. So we're in this time of experimentation. As I tell everyone, I'm starting a whole new channel all about it because that's how critically important it is right now. And we have to kind of like try new things, and then whatever kind of works, we have to try even more in that direction, and that will set you free. You have the Two of Pentacles here. There's definitely a decision that you have to make at this time. I feel like you're moving towards, every single reading I've been doing to you, with you, for you, has been saying that you're moving in a new direction. You're doing something new, or you're picking the new path. A little bit of overthinking here with the Eight of Swords and the Seven of Cups. But the Seven of Cups are good things and bad things in these cups, as I always say. So sometimes with the Seven of Cups, I feel like you just have to make the choice to move towards like one good thing. You just have to kind of like manifest it here on Earth, and you'll be successful. It's interesting that you have that Eight of Swords. You have this Gate card that says a barrier keeps you from your goal. I don't think anything is keeping you from your goal. I think that it's just like needing to make the change, right? There's just that's the barrier. With the Two of Pentacles, you have this Lover card. So some of you could have choice in lovers, but there is clearly a lover coming in for you, or love just in general. Again, like I said, probably someone from a distance based off the fact that you have these two cards here. And I would also say it's someone new. With the Eight of Swords, you might have your eye on a person here, Aries. With the Eight of Swords, you have this old woman card. What's funny is I feel like this old woman card is talking about old, outdated beliefs. Again, going up to the Chariot behind him, the city, would represent the old way of doing things. Going away from the city would represent the new way of doing things. And I feel like that's where a lot of people are stuck right now, is that we're entering into a whole new world. We like literally right here, right? Entering into a completely different world where the old way, there's nothing. I think the biggest problem for people like you, Aries, and I totally get it, because also I'm a Pisces, and I think Pisces is going through exactly the same thing, is that it's like we're entering into this old world, this new world, where the old rules don't apply anymore, and there's nothing to compare your success to. There's nothing to even know that you're going to be successful. So it's like if you're making a business change, if you're thinking about moving somewhere new or different, it's like there's nothing to say this is the right move for you. The only thing you can rely on is right here, is your own inner truth. So, these are the types of risks that we have to take at this time. With the Seven of Cups, you have this reunion card. I kind of feel like if you are looking for love, that you could be meeting a person where it's almost like you feel like you know this person for a very long time. I get this feeling of it like moving very quickly, but not like in a bad way. I think it just works. So, again, you could be meeting a person where it just works very quickly. There needs to be communication here, going up to the Ace of Swords. So if you have your eye on a person, I would say shoot your shot, as I keep saying. If they have their eye on you, I don't know, then they need to shoot their shot. With the Lover and the Two of Pentacles, you have the Devil here. Some of you could be moving away from a toxic relationship and kind of like going in a new direction here is what I'm getting. I also do feel that some of you could be getting the truth here from a person. This would be like a message right here. So you could be getting a message from a past person. And obviously, if you don't want to get that message, I would block that person. With the old woman and the Eight of Swords, you have the Six of Wands. I'm telling you right now, a lot of success in your new ideas, in your crazy ideas. There's also going to be a lot of people who are like, what the hell are you doing? Like, how dare you try something new? How dare you break free from this box that I put you in, right? So, again, this is another challenge that you and Pisces, but you, since we're reading for you, it's like this is a challenge that you're going to have to deal with. It's like the people in your life saying, like, I put you in this box and you don't live in this box anymore, so what the hell, right? So your job is to just not listen. That is your job. With the Seven of Cups and the reunion card, you have these Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It's a card of knowing that you know that you're going to be successful. I always say that it's really a card, it's a card of defending your position at the top of a hill, but it's a card of believing something like deep down in your DNA. It's like if you do that, like look at this. Two cards of big time success, the Ace of Swords and the World. So needing to know that you're moving in the right direction. Next in the area of what's coming in for you right now, you have this Gate card. It says a barrier keeps you from your goal. I don't think it's a barrier. I think it's your own. I think it's the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is kind of like only seeing one way of doing things and needing to realize and know that there are a million ways to do anything that you want to do. So I feel like you need to realize that there are so many different ways that you could do pretty much everything and anything that you possibly could imagine. I think you just have to get moving and kind of like do it with this Gate card. So I would get moving here. You have the Chariot, the Ace of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles, like three change cards, literally. Chariot leaving the city. Ace of Swords can represent a sacrifice. normally has a palm frond on one side and olive branch on the other. Palm fronds in the tarot can represent a sacrifice or kind of like cutting one thing out and going in a new direction. Seven of Pentacles is my is the juice worth the squeeze card, but it's also my card of like he's looking at those Seven Pentacles and he's saying like, okay, I pretty much learned everything I can from what I've been growing in this area of my life. But I know I need to change this area of my life, and I know I need to go learn some new things so that I can continue to grow. And also, I want more. Like, he wants more growth, more abundance, more whatever, more love, whatever it is that you want. He knows that he needs to make a change. The Ace of Swords, something about communication here. Again, if you're interested in a person, I would just like tell them literally, is what I would say here, because I feel like they would be very interested as well. I see it moving very quickly. There's some sort of obstacle here. Again, you could be interested in a person where there's distance, or maybe you like work with this person, or maybe they're just a super busy person, or something is going on here. You have the Knight of Pentacles, which is like hesitating. So it's like, I don't want to call you out here, Aries, but maybe you hesitate. Maybe you think about contacting this person or telling them your feelings and you don't, or something like that. The interesting thing is that when I look, it could be an earth sign, by the way. You have this, all this earth showing up in your reading. Could also be a Gemini or a Capricorn. What's interesting is it's like, I feel like this is you. It's like you think about it, and here they are in the background. I feel like they just are like working away, totally oblivious. So, you know, it could be someone you work with. It could just be someone you happen to know. And I feel like they're oblivious, but you're like, I want to reach out to you. So if that might only be for some of you, I would reach out. I feel like they're interested, so go for it. You have the Chariot. Definitely, there's some sort of victory coming in for you, and I feel it could be you breaking through a barrier here. And again, I think your answer is like challenging and simple at the same time. How's that for a mind effer, Aries? What I would say is that I think what you're doing, like in work, if you're experiencing the same result, I think it's because maybe you're trying to compare yourself to other people. I think if you try new things, different things, your crazy ideas, then you're going to be successful. Again, setting yourself apart with the Chariot. Doing things that you've never done before, taking things in a new direction. And that's what I feel like you need to do with this Chariot energy. So there you go. Love it. Some of you could definitely be moving. I mean, Ace of Swords, Chariot, World. These are all cards of moving. With the Chariot, you have this Doctor card. Kind of weird. Everybody's had this card, I think. Almost everybody. And so anything, you know, I would say watch your health. I'm not a doctor, so do not take this as medical advice. But, you know, this could also be Mars switching signs. It's like Mars is finally going to be leaving Gemini, thank God. And so, you know, I don't know. I think we've been a little bit like under the weather. I think we've all been a little bit low energy. I think we've all been experiencing delayed results. So it's kind of like one of those things where if you've ever been like really sick for a long time and then you like eat because you finally start feeling better, but then you get sick again because you just ate a bunch of food, right? I kind of have that popping into my head here. So I feel like it's saying like, you know, ease into action. It's like you might literally this week wake up and be like wired, like ready to go, you know, and it could be because Mars will be switching signs this month. Not right now, but, you know, towards the end of the month. And what I would say is that even before it switches signs, you might be feeling this energetic, like kind of feeling. And I feel like this is saying like, don't go crazy. It's like, yes, it would be, you know, you're feeling energetic, but also like, don't injure yourself. Make sure you kind of figure out what your boundaries are and all that other stuff. This could be in any area of your life. With the Ace of Swords, you have this Malady card. Again, this is a card of sickness. Again, I'm not a doctor, so do not take this as medical advice. I am getting surgery for some of you, but some of you could already be having, you know, it's like you know you're getting surgery or something like that. I have like a knee popping into my head. I don't know. I feel like it's going to go well, whatever it is. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have this Faithfulness card. Yeah, I think this is the only thing you're willing to accept in love, if you want love, is faithfulness. So there could be a very faithful kind of like companion coming in for you with that energy. But let's see, we're going to clarify this again. With the Doctor and the Chariot, you have the Two of Pentacles, another choice. I would pick the new path in, you know, anything that you're doing. Doing the new thing, I feel, is going to make you very successful. I would also balance your energies. Again, like I said, if you're working hard, make sure you're playing hard. If you're playing hard, make sure you're working hard. With the Malady and the Ace of Swords, you have the Nine of Swords. Some of you, I feel like, are ending. I actually feel pretty good about this. I feel like you're ending a round situation. So this could be a health issue or something like that. Again, I am not a doctor. I have no clue what I'm talking about. So listen to your doctor, not me. But, you know, I would. This looks good to me. You could be ending something. With the Seven of Pentacles and the Faithfulness card, you have the Queen of Cups. Yep, definitely a very kind, caring, nurturing type of person coming in for you. I feel like this person's really kind. Like, I feel like that's a thing that will stand out to you the most. about, or it does. Maybe you already know this person, and that's the thing that stands out to you. So there you go. At the end here, we have a million cards. So we're going to look at, what are we doing here? I always forget. We're doing the good stuff. Doesn't matter what shows up here. It's going to be good no matter what. You have the spyglass card. It says zoom in and take a closer look. So then you have this helm card. It says take charge, responsibility, and leadership. Yes, you are taking the lead. You also have this whale card. It says your voice matters. Speak your truth. We were talking about that with the Ace of Swords. I feel like you need to live your truth here with this energy. There's some sort of truth that you want to live, and I feel like you need to live it. You have the world here, so definitely an achievement coming in for you. I see a lot of achievements at this time, over the next several years for you here, Aries. And again, this isn't going to happen overnight, right? So it's not magically going to happen, and yes, you're going to have to put in the work. Tarot isn't magic. So, I think you need to realize that. Knight of Pentacles, you need to get moving. I feel like a lot of you maybe have some ideas that you're not working on. Or it's you want to start something new. Knight of Pentacles, he's ready for action. He's ready to get moving. So I'd get moving. The good news is it's coming up in the area of the good stuff. So, it looks to me like you're finally taking action. Again, some of you could be really feeling charged up this week. It's you're feeling, again, even though Mars isn't out of Gemini yet, I kind of feel like you're already feeling that energy. You're already feeling oh my God, a weight lifted off your shoulders, you're ready to go. So I definitely get that here. Definitely could be a person as well. Next, you have the Page of Pentacles. It's interesting as that a lot of people have had the Page of Pentacles, and I feel for some people it is communication and love, but I also feel that people could just be getting good news all of a sudden. And again, it kind of strikes me that there could be some sort of energetic release, where it's finally some blocks are being lifted and we're all getting news or communication we've been waiting for. With the World, you have this Lord card. Yeah, this card is kind of like a fancy person card, so you might have your eye on a person, and maybe they're a leader, or maybe they're a fancy person, I don't know, and that could be the thing that is preventing you from reaching out to this person. I would just do it. I can feel it here that you have your eye on a person. I don't know. Maybe you look up to this person, or maybe they work really hard, but I would go for it, is what I'd say there. It could also be you kind of becoming a fancy person. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have this Fortune card. There are great fortunes coming in for you, for sure. You're going to have to work for them. You can't keep doing the same thing that you're doing right now. You have to make changes. That does not mean that you have to change what you're doing, or it doesn't mean you have to go from one business to another or one career to another. It just means that there are probably new ways that you can do things in work, in business, that will make you more money. So you have to, kind of switch things up. And again, unfortunately, there's nothing you can compare yourself to. So maybe there isn't any, maybe you don't know what change to make. I would just start making changes and see what works. And you will stand out if you do it. With the Page of Pentacles, you have this Melancholy card. Funny that a lot of people have had this card as well. It's kind of like a card of boredom and just being kind of wondering when things are going to happen. And I think things are happening now. It is coming up in the good stuff, so I feel like you're coming out of happiness. You're coming out of a period of not happiness. With the World in the Lord card, you have the Ten of Cups, fortune after difficulty. Good things coming in after a difficult period of time. Definitely could be love. With the Knight of Pentacles and the Fortune card, you have the Page of Cups. Yep, definitely could be a secret admirer, someone who admires you if you want love here. If you don't want love, I feel like you're kind of working on something. I really see you, especially for those of you in work or business, I kind of feel like you're doing things that are going to be more long-term, which is good. I feel like you're kind of creating a certain level of security where you're kind of setting yourself up more for the future. You're not relying on just one thing for your income, for example, or you're not, I feel like you're making yourself a little bit more secure. I hope that makes sense. With the Page of Pentacles and Melancholy card, you have the Knight of Wands. Some of you could be traveling here, quite surprisingly as well. Again, if you're interested in a person from a distance, I literally feel you could be traveling. Or they could be traveling towards you. Take it how it resonates. But it could happen very, very quickly as well. So there you go, Aries. Really good reading. Again, I would find something. I think that really, after all of that, I think the most important thing here is to find something to channel your energy into so that you can get the ideas you need. We're going to pull 5 main themes. Now, you have this ant card that says work, achievement, success. Again, it's going to require work. And again, teamwork makes the dream work for sure. So anything you do, any ideas you can get from other people, all that stuff is just going to be very beneficial with this ant card. You have the Stork card. It says news of a birth or a new business opportunity. You could be having babies for those of you that want babies. You have the Empress here. You have the Queen of Cups as well. So, that's only going to be for some of you, obviously. But the whole entire reading is about, rebirthing the way that you make money, or what you do, even if you're retired. Again, plenty of retired people comment in my videos. I'm always like, yeah, take how it resonates. It's like you could be changing your daily routine, you could be changing the things you do every single day, or you could be coming up with some sort of new daily routine. But whatever it is, doesn't matter. I feel it's going to be good for you. You have this hammock card that says, take a vacation. Yes, I feel like you need to get out of your head. This card literally says physically or mentally. I really feel mentally that, channeling your energy is going to get you out of your head, which is going to give you ideas. You have the staff card that says you will be taken care of in difficult times. I think it has been difficult, just the times, and now you're realizing that everything's fine. You have this coins card. It says money will be coming to you. Yes, definitely money coming in for you at this time. And again, pretty simple. If you're not seeing an increase in your finances right now, you have to do something differently. People always, that have jobs always say, like, I'm not making more money. I'm like, did you ask for a raise? Did you go look for a new job that pays you more money? It's like, again, tarot cannot make anything happen for you. Tarot just says these opportunities exist. If you want them, you have to go and get them. Like, I don't know, like, again, this is not hold your hand tarot, right? This isn't magical push button tarot. I know some tarot readers make it seem like that, but that's not how life works. It's not how tarot works. It just says these opportunities exist. So go and get your bag is what I'm going to say to you, Aries. But this looks pretty good. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. And definitely enjoy your week.